What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. First things first, we are trading in this duplicate Laurent Blanc for another icon as well as the duplicate Mario Götze. I want to be careful not to get rid of too many Germans, of course, because I do want Manuel Neuer. So hopefully we're getting close enough to getting that Manuel Neuer. We need like another 4 or 5 Germans. So hopefully over the next sort of 3 to 5 episodes we'll be able to pick that up. First things first, guys, if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, it'd be very much appreciated. Second of all, if you think, man, he looks tired today, it's because it's 4 a.m. right now, and I'm recording this because the grind never stops. What I want to talk about first of all is the information from EA that by the time you're watching this is now already like past. So EA tweeted out, here's a sneak peek of the team of the matchday team to be released tomorrow. Watch Castro's stream on June 20th, 4 p.m. UK to check out the full team. The squad will be available in-game at 6 p.m. UK. Now this, obviously I'm recording this the night before, so by the time you're watching this, everything that I'm saying here will have answers. Every question I'm about to ask, everything that we're about to talk about, we'll know the answer to by time this video is live. So make sure to keep in mind that obviously I don't have, like, you know, somebody be in the comment section saying, obviously this happened because this happened. Like, I get that, but so I'm talking about this before the fact, right? So they released the image of the team of the matchday: Lozano, Ronaldo and Isco. Ronaldo is a 98 rated striker, Isco is a 95 rated left wing, and Lozano a 91 rated left mid. And what the most notable thing was that basically Isco and Lozano are higher rated than their team of the seasons. Now this raises 2 questions for me. First question is, what does this mean for a regular FUT? Does this mean that we're going to get squad building challenges for cards like this? Are they going to be in packs only? Are we going to get any kind of weekly objectives that will generate a team of the matchday card? When the Festival of Football whole thing was released, there was something about squad battles. Nothing is there about squad battles right now, so I don't know what that means for squad battles. And lastly, in terms of FUT champs, EA have removed the requirements for the next few weeks, so we don't have to use One Nation squad, which I think is a smart play because the top 100 was like 32 wins on PlayStation. I could genuinely have got a top 100 if I played all the games, but after this current weekend, next weekend's rewards is an Ultimate Team of the Week pack. Now, of course, there's no Team of the Week. So is this considered Team of the Week? And if all of the cards get boosted to the degree of these, so like better than Team of the Season versions, is finishing Elite 3, Elite 2, Elite 1, Top 100, is that reward all of a sudden going to be like, holy crap, FUT Champs is actually worth playing again? And if it is, I'm so happy with that, man. I'm so happy. I've had a really good long enough break away from this game where FUT Champs was just not worth the grind, to the point where now I'd be like, hey, this is actually worth the grind. I'd be happy. So that's the first kind of question or questions that arise for me. The second question is, do these upgrades also get applied in the World Cup mode? And this is important because if the answer is no, that's sad. And if the answer is yes, that is amazing. And the reason why that is amazing is because it will completely change the landscape of people's teams. Because it won't just be people with an absolute icon fest of teams. Because, for example, that 99 Lozano, he is all of a sudden, sorry, the 91 Lozano, he has 99 pace, 95 dribbling, 94 shooting, 91 passing and 81 physical. He is all of a sudden the best winger in the game. Yeah, you got Messi, you got Neymar, but that Lozano is just next level. Way better shooting and passing than Neymar, better dribbling than Neymar, better pace than Neymar, just incredible. And if we get a whole team of these, hopefully a 23-man squad, and they all get massive boosts up to, 88s, 90s, 92s, 95s, all of a sudden these icons are going to become obsolete. You won't be seeing a team with 4 icons in the middle like this guy's team now. You'll be seeing teams with all these huge upgrades from the team of the matchday, and I would love that. I like, if EA don't upgrade the FUT World Cup cards to the same value of the regular FUT cards, I think it will be a sad day for the FUT World Cup. And I think it will signal the beginning of the end of the FUT World Cup, and for us the same. Because what will happen is right now there's no reason to play regular FIFA Ultimate Team because there's nothing special in packs. There's no reason to play. You're being obstructed with how you can build your team due to the requirements. And so the biggest reason is to play the FUT World Cup because you get upgrades every day. it's really easy to rinse and repeat. Even if you're a bad player, you can get good rewards, and there's reason to play it. If, however, you know, that they don't give these upgrades into the FUT World Cup, it flips immediately. All of a sudden, there's good reason to play FUT Champs, there's good reason to play Divisions, to earn coins, to buy these players, maybe to do the objectives and the SBCs that are geared towards these players, and there's no reason to play in the FUT World Cup because we will then know we've basically hit the absolute peak of players that we're going to hit with the icons and the odd one or two extra players here or there. So I hope they do upgrade those through the FUT World Cup. And again, I know by the time we're watching this video, we will already have the answers to these questions, but it doesn't stop me from talking about it right now. The first comment is from Benji Yag at 1517. He says, "Oh, what a hit, son!" And there was a lot of comments like that. I scored a nice volley with who was it with? It was with Gabriel Jesus. I flicked it up one more time, hit it on the sideways volley, great goal. Back in FIFA 16 specifically, and a little bit in FIFA 17, I used to hit like self-created volleys and overhead kicks specifically a lot. It used to be really, really easy. I don't know why or what or how or whatever, but I figured it out during clubs from a free kick layoff. I used to get either Bateson or Marshall would lay it off to me on the edge of the box, flick it up to myself, bicycle kick it in. Clubs is great for that. Thought, let's try this in FUT, see if it works here, and it did. Anytime you get in or around the box, if you got your back to goal, no problem. Ball comes in, flick it up to yourself, bicycle kick it, great. What used to happen is the defender would stand off and give you some space to actually get the bicycle kick away, and for whatever reason, they were so overpowered with their accuracy and power that the goalkeeper would just rarely ever save a bicycle kick. And that was always, I utilised that a lot during FIFA 16 and FIFA 17. In FIFA 18, for some reason, when trying to do the bicycle kick, they've changed the way the defender reacts to that. And so now when you kick it and flick it up, when you hold left trigger to try and bicycle kick it, the attacking player will instead put his hands around and try and jockey the defender, and so he misses the opportunity for the bicycle kick. So I thought to myself, why not try a front flick up and see if I can start hitting good volleys. I didn't expect or enjoy the fact that Gabriel Jesus turned to the side and then like kind of scissor kicked it in. What I wanted him to do was flick it up to himself, and then as it came down, like Dries Mertens did for Belgium, just hit it with like the outside of his foot or the inside of his foot, however he hits it, and slap it towards goal. It would be awesome for me if I could get to those instances, because the fake shot stop is so overpowered that flicking up to yourself and then volleying it could be a really viable way to score goals, unless the player starts turning their body sideways to hit it, in which case the animation will take too long and the defender will be able to read the play more often than not. But thank you for the message. Thomas Rodriguez says, should have used the Maradona to get Messi. I already have Messi. I already have Neymar. I'm missing Ronaldo, obviously. And again, if these players get upgraded massively in the World Cup mode too, man, I'm excited for what we can do with this World Cup game mode. If, however, these players don't get upgraded massively in the World Cup 2, I'm probably going to go back to the regular FIFA Ultimate Team Road to Glory relatively quickly, and we might come back onto this account every now and then. Because although I've played, 75 games or so on this account already, by the time this video ends, about 80 games, I love this game mode because of that, because there's reason to play it. But if they don't upgrade these cards massively like they do with the ones in regular FUT, there's no reason to play it. And in regular FUT, Lozano already has a Team of the Season card. This is a one upgrade. Ronaldo has a 98, a 99, a 97, a 96, a 95, a 94. These cards are, although I will be enjoying them and they'll be good for rewards and good for content and good for playing and getting involved in the game again, they already have great cards, but a 91 Lozano in a World Cup mode would be humongous for the World Cup mode, in my opinion. I've been through it anyway. Let's go to the next comment. The next comment is from Kai Hay. It says, hey Nep, hope you're well. Wanted to ask if you do switch up formation during the game from the 4-3-3. I could probably look through all the other vids and find out, but no harm in asking. No harm in asking at all, dude. Sometimes I stick with the 4-3-3, sometimes I switch to the 4-1-2-1-2, sometimes I switch to the 4-4-2. Genuinely depends on how good my opponent is. In fact, today, you'll see in the first set of 3 games, I drew 2 of the 3. I had the most frustrating, just heavy gameplay. My passes weren't going where I'm asking them to go into. And actually, my controller is broken. I have a black one here, you can see. next video it will be white because I've ordered a new one because it's genuinely, my thumbstick is broken, and I only recognised it when taking a penalty on Xbox. I knew that there might have been a problem, but I only recognised that there actually was definitely a problem when I took a penalty on Xbox. But here's our our second big pull after Deco. We get Dybala in a pack there, guys, which is amazing. And again, one of the big reasons why I'm just so happy with this game mode is because you can pack players like Dybala just through playing a few games, which is great. I usually start with the 4-3-3, dude. If I come up against, just we'll call them no skins. I know that's a Fortnite reference, like when a card, and we get the upgraded Jimenez as well, which is great. And if he does get a team of the match day and does go up to like a 92 or something, whoo-wee, he'll be great. But yeah, the no skins in Fortnite are the guys that are just bad, right? They have the default skin, the default stuff. They just don't know how to play the game. They're easy kills. I don't know what the term would be in FIFA sense. A noob, although that term is a bit meh. But yeah, I come up against a FIFA no skin and I'll stay in the 4-3-3 because it's just so easy for me to generate the goals. Like this guy right here, 27 chemistry, 79 rated team. He's quite clearly just found this game mode. He's just clicked on it. This is his starting team that he's got, and he's gone straight into an online game. And a game like this, where I think I won this one 9-0, and I can't remember if he quit or not. I think he might have quit late on. In this sort of game, I'll stick in the 4-3-3 because there's just no reason to change out. I can score goals and win the game just plenty with the current formation that I have. If, however, my opponent has a good team and is proving to be relatively difficult to break down in the 4-3-3, I'll switch into the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Just allows for an ease of 1-2 passes through. It just gives really good options. And then if I'm up against a really strong opponent and I'm struggling to break him down, like I had one guy switched into the 4-2-3-1 and I just couldn't break him down at all, then I'll switch into the 4-4-2 because the 4-4-2 is just really, really efficient when you're struggling to create chances in a narrow formation. It gives you so much width, but still gives you the a good amount of central base players. It allows the 1-2s with the two strikers up top. So yeah, I'd say the most used formation for me is the 4-3-3 right now, just because it's the default formation that I start in. But I do switch into the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and I do on the odd occasion switch into the 4-4-2. Breco says, what's good about the World Cup mode is that it doesn't matter if you spend money or not, you can still get a good team by just playing the game, so it comes down to who's a better player. And yeah, I love that, and that is one of the great things about the World Cup mode. As we've experienced over the last few weeks, that there's also some bad things about the World Cup mode. To a degree, they made it too easy, specifically for the icons. And I think if we didn't have the icons involved in the World Cup mode this year, I actually think you'd see a more diverse number of teams. You'd see a lot of people like right now, like when you look at people's midfields, it's just Ronaldinho, it's Pele, it's Maradona, it's Lothar Matthäus. When you look up front, it's Hernandez, it's Henry, it's Ronaldo. And then on the odd occasion, you'll see Neymar, CR7. In terms of midfielders, when I come up against like the super teams, that's pretty much it. Like, you don't see much diversity. But if there was no icons, you would see a plethora of different players. You'd see Modric, you'd see De Bruyne, you'd see Kante, you'd see Casemiro, you'd see Dybala, you might see James Rodriguez. There would just be so many more options for people to go for because they're not driven to use these icon cards. So yeah, we talked about it to death before, but I think having this many icons and having them so easily accessible was quite a mistake. I definitely still think even now that putting an icon restriction on teams would be very welcome. I know a lot of people would probably get initially frustrated because it'd be like, hey man, I've saved up for all these icons. I have all 17 icons, and now you're saying I can only use 3 of them. But I think in the long term, in the long run for this game mode, restricting the icons usage would actually benefit the game mode dramatically, personally, and that's coming from me, who has Moore, Blanc, Matthäus, Maradona, Deco, Okocha, and Costa. I have 7 icons, and I'm saying restrict it to 3 because that would just benefit. 3 would allow good links with all the confederations. It's not overbearing to the point where it's just too many, and it would be fun. It would be fun. Next comment is from Colin. It says, hey Nep, I don't know if you know about Madden Ultimate Team, but you can pack a team of the week from week 1 in, say, like week 10. Like once a card is in packs, it's in packs for the rest of the game. Should FIFA implement this? If so, it will make some informs relatively cheap. Thanks, love your vids. I don't know how that would necessarily affect the market and how frustrating that might be. Like, let's say you open a pack and you get, you know, let's take who would be a good one? Who had Salah? Let's say you get Salah's first in form when he's currently got like a 9th in form in packs. You'd be like, well, goddamn, that's frustrating. So I don't know. There might be something there. I think definitely EA can open the scope with SBCs. Like, I think we should constantly have like a team of the week SBC. Don't make it cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but having a permanent one there that's just a team of the week that is, you know, there from every week since the team of the week started. So if it was there right now, you could get that Antonio Valencia from week 1, or you could get Cristiano Ronaldo from week 9 or whenever he was in there. I think something like that would be cool. But in terms of like the actual packs, I think the pack should always contain the most current best version of the card when they're a special card, and then the gold version of the card when they're not. I like this system as it is right now. And Tom Dog with the final comment for the video for today says, people always ask for grindable aspects, and I think the KDB is a perfect example of a good grindable content. And I saw another comment in the comment section that I forgot to screen cap, and I think also raised a very valid point, and it was about me. You know, I said I want stuff to grind, there's not enough to grind, and I was complaining about that. And then when EA gives something to grind, I'm complaining that it's too grindy and that it's not worth it. And that is a very fair assessment as we get our next incredible upgrade here. By the way, guys, this is probably one of the biggest upgrades for my team in a long time, and it's Kyle Walker. He's huge for my team, absolutely huge. That right back slot was massive disappointment for us. Once we can now upgrade Keylor Navas to Manuel Neuer, David De Gea or Yashin, our team is very good. But yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because you're right, I do want more to grind, but I want it. It's a very unique grind system that I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that actually is worth grinding for, not something that is painstakingly frustrating to play for little to no gain. You know, when you look at FUT Champs right now, if you finish Elite, let's say you finish Elite 3, you get 2 Team of the Season cards that are worthless for 40 of the most frustrating games of your life. That's not a grind that I think is a fair ask for your consumers. However, if you look at the World Cup, for 3 games you get a 7.5k pack that contains potentially quality players that can improve your team, or go in towards SBCs that can improve your team. I think that's a really fun grind, and I think that's absolutely worth it. So I think it definitely raises a fair point, and it's maybe something we could talk about a little bit more in a future video, but we are out of time for today. If you guys did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.